How are you doing today? This is Jerry over at Wealth Dynamics. Thank you for tuning in. I'm just on my way home from work. Had a fantastic night. Great week. Great week with my team this week. I had some good conversation with one of my executives as we were moving out tonight. And I really wanted to share some of the points that we talked about because it's information that I honestly wish I would have had growing up. Stuff I wish I would have known sooner and thought about sooner. So when I think about like being great in all areas of life or being wealthy where you've got mastery of every single area of your life, really what that means to me is you master literally every single category of your life. It doesn't mean that, you know, you're wealthy financially and your relationships are poor or you've got low responsibility or, you know, physically you're in poor condition or your marriage is beat up. Like when I talk to people about wealth, it really is like almost a superior state of being. Okay, it doesn't mean that I just have money. So when I talk about like mastering yourself, like mastering all areas of your life, having abundance in all areas of your life, I want you to think of it like this. Unless you master yourself, you can't master anything. Okay, you're not going to master money if you can't master your own self. You're not going to master spirituality if you can't master your own self. You're not going to master physical fitness if you can't master your own self. So it starts with you as a being. Okay, not many people hit on this. When it comes to wealth, like that's why I spend so much time on personal development. It starts with you as a being. Until you master like taking responsibility for your life, being in control, having self-determinism, like being the person that makes everything you want to go right actually go right. Until you do those things, you can't build wealth. Okay, because what happens is if you become, let's say you become financially wealthy and you haven't mastered yourself, you actually become the effect of the money. Okay, you've seen those dumb celebrities that are snorting cocaine and getting pulled over and on reality TV shows and on the tabloids all the time. They've gotten money without mastering themselves. Okay, I used to bodybuild and I got way into it. Okay, too into it, like to a point where it wasn't good for me anymore. And that's because I started trying to master physical fitness before I had mastered myself. I didn't know how to control my thoughts, my emotions, my desires, my obstacles, like any of those things, right? So that really is where it starts. Now, once you've done that, then you need to start mastering like your relationship with the people around you. Okay, what about your wife? What about your husband? You're going to go build wealth and right now you're about to get divorced? Or you've got poor relationships with your employees, you're making money and they're scraping by paycheck to paycheck and they hate your guts. Like you need to master those relationships around you. And when you start building wealth, like you really do need to start mastering like everything. Like you start thinking about like, why am I building wealth? I'm trying to help people. I care about my community, I care about my church, I care about Anchorage, I care about Alaska, I care about the United States. Ultimately, I care about the world. So then I start thinking about like, how do I gain responsibility over that? No one's going to give it to me. I've got to actually just take that responsibility and say, hey, I'm going to earn all this money so I can go help people. Hey, I'm going to be physically fit so I can, you know, maybe run a marathon that inspires people. Look at Lance Armstrong. Like that guy went past just being good at bikes. You know what I mean? Like at a certain point, he realized there's a kid watching him right now that has cancer and is watching one of his races and is saying, man, there's actually hope for me too. See, when you're thinking of mastering all areas of your life, I want you to take this in the most literal sense possible. It means that you are making all of the areas of your life, for lack of a better word, your bitch. Like it's your slave. They do what you want it to do. You want this outcome to happen, you make it happen. You take responsibility. You want your marriage to go better, you make your marriage go better. You want to make more money, you go make more money. You want to be in better physical condition, you get in better physical condition. You want to impact your community, you just go impact your community. You don't wait for anyone's permission. You don't wait for the circumstances to be right. You don't wait for the lights to turn green. You don't wait for the obstacles to leave. Because at the end of the day, all of those things are making a better version of you. The valuable final product of all of those actions is the future version of yourself. And the future version of yourself is defined by what is left over after you leave here. What are people thinking? Who remembers you? Let me tell you what, they're not going to remember you because you paid your house off. They're not going to remember you because you retired at 65 and you could go to the beach whenever you wanted to. Like, your great-great-grandkids are not going to be like, oh, man, I love my great-great-grandpa Jerry. He was able to retire. Or he owned an RV and traveled the world. Or, oh, man, he was able to pay his house off. Or he didn't have a car payment. Like, they're not going to remember you for any of that stuff. They're going to remember you for the legacy you leave behind that's bigger than just you. They're going to remember me because I've improved the lives of billions of people by helping them gain the ability to treat money like oxygen. If you don't have that down, the wealth thing's not actually real. And it starts with you, guys. That's the point I want to make tonight. It starts with mastering yourself, mastering the 12 inches in front of you. Like, look at yourself in the mirror, and if you can't control that guy, you're not going to control anything else. So start there. And it doesn't mean, by the way, real quick, it doesn't mean give up on the dreams. It doesn't mean that the wealth thing isn't going to happen and you shouldn't be thinking about it. You should be thinking about it. But what I'm telling you is figure out how to dribble the ball before you shoot from the half-court line. Okay, so I hope that helps you. I hope that inspires you. Thank you for watching tonight. Like, share, subscribe. I'll talk to you guys next time.